Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem. The Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, or Eastern Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, officially Patriarch of Jerusalem, is the head bishop of the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate of Jerusalem, ranking fourth of nine patriarchs in the Eastern Orthodox Church. Since 2005, the Eastern Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem has been Theophilus III. The Patriarch is styled Patriarch of the Holy City of Jerusalem and all Holy Land, Syria, beyond the Jordan River, Cana of Galilee, and Holy Zion. The Patriarch is the head of the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre and the religious leader of about 130,000 Eastern Orthodox Christians in the Holy Land, most of them Palestinians. The Patriarchate traces its line of succession to the first Christian bishops of Jerusalem, the first being James the Just in the 1st century AD. Jerusalem was granted autocephaly in 451 by the Council of Chalcedon and in 531 became one of the initial five patriarchates. On the importance of Jerusalem in Christianity, the Catholic Encyclopedia reads, during the first centuries, the church at this place was the center of Christianity in Jerusalem, holy and glorious Zion, mother of all churches. Certainly, no spot in Christendom can be more venerable than the place of the Last Supper, which became the first Christian church. History. In the Apostolic Age, the Christian Church was organized as an indefinite number of local churches that in the initial years looked to that at Jerusalem as its main center and point of reference. James the Just, who was martyred around 62, is described as the first bishop of Jerusalem. Roman persecutions following the Jewish revolts against Rome in the later 1st and 2nd centuries also affected the city's Christian community and led to Jerusalem gradually being eclipsed in prominence by other sees, particularly those of Constantinople, Antioch, Alexandria, and Rome. However, increased pilgrimage during and after the reign of Constantine the Great increased the fortunes of the See of Jerusalem, and in 325 the First Council of Nicaea attributed special honor, but not metropolitan status, then the highest rank in the Church, to the Bishop of Jerusalem. Jerusalem continued to be a bishopric until 451, when the Council of Chalcedon granted Jerusalem independence from the Metropolitan of Antioch and from any other high-ranking bishop, granted what is now known as autocephaly. In the Council's seventh session, whose decree on the jurisdiction of Jerusalem and Antioch contains, the Bishop of Jerusalem, or rather the most holy Church which is under him, shall have under his own power the three Palestines. This led to Jerusalem becoming a patriarchate, one of the five patriarchates known as the Pentarchy, when the title of patriarch was created in 531 by Justinian. After the Saracen conquest in the 7th century, Muslims recognized Jerusalem as the seat of Christianity and the Patriarch as its leader. When the Great Schism took place in 1054, the Patriarch of Jerusalem and the other three Eastern Patriarchs formed the Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Patriarch of Rome, i.e., the Pope, formed the Roman Catholic Church. In 1099, the Crusaders appointed a Latin Patriarch. As a result, the Eastern Orthodox Patriarchs lived in exile in Constantinople until 1187. Current position. The number of Eastern Orthodox Christians in the Holy Land is estimated to be about 200,000. A majority of church members are Palestinian Arabs, and there are also a small number of Assyrians, Greeks, and Georgians. The Patriarchate was recently involved in a significant controversy. Patriarch Irenaeus, elected in 2001, was deposed on decisions of the Holy Synod of Jerusalem in the aftermath of a scandal involving the sale of church land in East Jerusalem to Israeli investors. The move enraged many Eastern Orthodox Palestinian members, since the land was in an area that most Palestinians hoped would someday become part of a Palestinian state. On May 24, 2005, a special pan-Orthodox synod was convened in Constantinople, Istanbul, to review the decisions of the Holy Synod of Jerusalem. The pan-Orthodox synod, under the presidency of the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew I, voted overwhelmingly to confirm the decision of the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre, and to strike Irenaeus' name from the diptychs. And on May 30th, Jerusalem's Holy Synod chose Metropolitan Cornelius of Petra to serve as locum tenens pending the election of a replacement for Irenaeus. On August 22, 2005, the Holy Synod of the Church of Jerusalem unanimously elected Theophilus, the former Archbishop of Tabor, as the 141st Patriarch of Jerusalem. List of Patriarchs. Resident in Jerusalem 451 to 1099. The Council of Chalcedon in 451 raised the Bishop of Jerusalem to the rank of Patriarch. See Pentarchy. However, Byzantine politics meant that Jerusalem passed from the jurisdiction of Patriarch of Antioch to the Greek authorities in Constantinople. For centuries, the Eastern Orthodox clergy, such as the Brotherhood of the Holy Sepulchre, dominated the Jerusalem Church. Juvenal 451 to 458. Anastasius I 458 to 478. Martyrius 478 to 486. Sallustius 486 to 494. Elias I 494 516. John III 516 524. Peter 524 552. Macarius II 552 564 575. Eustochius 552 564. John IV 575 594. Amos 594 601. Isaac 601 609. Zacharias 609 632. Modestus 632 634. Sophronius 634 638. Vacant 638 681 692. Patriarchal Vicar Stephen of Dora, assisted by John of Philadelphia after 649. Anastasius II 681 692 706. John V 706 735. Theodore 745 770. Elias II 770 797. George 797 807. Thomas I 807 820. Basileus 820 839. John VI 838 842. Sergius I 842 844. Vacant 844 855. Solomon 855 860. Vacant 860 862. Theodosius 862 878. Elias III 878 907. Sergius II 908 911. Leontius I 912 929. Athanasius I 929 937. Christodolus 937 950. Agathon 950 964. John VII 964 966. Christodolus II 966 969. Thomas II 969 978. Vacant 978 980. Joseph II 980 983. Orestes 983 1005. Vacant 1005 1012. Theophilus I 1012 1020. Nicephorus I 1020. Joannicius, Sophronius II till 1084. Euthemius I 1084. Simeon II 1084 1106. In exile 1099 1187. As a result of the First Crusade in 1099, a Latin Patriarchate was created with residence in Jerusalem from 1099 to 1187. Eastern Orthodox Patriarchs continued to be appointed, but resided in Constantinople. Savas 1106-11. John VIII, Nicholas, John IX, Nicephorus, Leontius II, 1170-1190. Resident in Jerusalem from 1187. In 1187, the Latin Patriarch was forced to flee the city of Jerusalem. The office of Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem remained, and appointments continued to be made by the Catholic Church, with the Latin Patriarch residing in the Frankish-controlled Levant until 1374, and subsequently in Rome until modern times. The Eastern Orthodox Patriarch returned to Jerusalem. Dositheos I, 1187-1189, Marcus II, 1191, vacant 1223, Euthemius II, 1223, Athanasius II, 1231-1244, Sophronius III, 1236, Gregory I, 1298, Thaddeus, 1298, vacant 1298, 1313, Athanasius III, 1313, 1314, vacant 1314, 1322, Gregory II, 1322, vacant 1322, 1334, Lazarus, 1334, 1368, vacant 1368, 1376, Dorotheus I, 1376, 1417, Theophilus II, 1417, 1424, Theophane I, 1424, 1431, Joachim, 1431, vacant 1450, Theophanes II, 1450, vacant 1450, 1452, Athanasius IV, 1452, vacant 1460, Jacob II, 1460, vacant 1460, 1468, Abraham I, 1468, Gregory III, 1468, 1493, vacant 1493, 1503, Marcus III, 1503, vacant 1503, 1505, Dorotheus II, 1505, 1537, Germanus, 1537, 1579, Sophronius IV, 1579, 1608, Theophanes III, 1608, 1644, Lysius, 1645, 1660, Nectarius I, 1660, 1669, Dositheos II, 1669, 1707, Chrysanthus, 1707, 1731, Meletius, 1731, 1737, Parthenius, 1737, 1766, Ephraim II, 1766, 1771, Sophronius V, 1771, 1775, Abraham II, 1775, 1787, Procopius I, Procopius, 1787, 1788, Anthemus, 1788, 1808, Polycarpus, 1808, 1827, Athanasius V, 1827, 1845, Cyril II, 1845, 1872, Procopius II, 1872, 1875, Hierotheus, 1875, 1882, Nicodemus I, 1883, 1890, Gerasimos I, 1891, 1897, Damian I, 1897, 1931, Timotheus I, 1935, 1955, Vacant, 1955, 1957, Benedict I, 1957, 1980, Diodorus I, 1980 to 2000, Irenaeus I, 2000 to 2005, Theophilus III, 2005 to present. Hierarchy of the throne. Metropolitan of Caesarea Vasilios Christos Blatsos. Metropolitan of Scythopolis Iacovos George Kapanekas. Metropolitan of Petra Cornelius Emmanuel Rodusakis. Metropolitan of Ptolemais Palladios Vasilios Antonio. Metropolitan of Nazareth Kyriakos Andreas Georgopetris. Metropolitan of Neapolis Amvorosios, Nikolaos Antonopoulos, Metropolitan of Capitolias, Isichios Elias Kondogiannis, Metropolitan of Botsra, Timotheos Theodoros Margaritis, Metropolitan of Eleutheropolis, Christodoulos Christos Saridakis, Metropolitan of Philadelphia, Benedictus George Tsekuras, Archbishop of Gerasa Theophanis Theodosius Hatsapakis, Archbishop of Tiberias Alexios Alexios Mosonas, Archbishop of Abila Dorotheos Demetrios Leovaris, Archbishop of Joppa Damaskinos Anastasios Gaganiaras, Archbishop of Constantina Aristarchus Antonios Peristeris, Archbishop of Mount Tabor Methodios Nicolaos Liveris, Archbishop of Jordan Theophylactus Theodosios Georgiadis, Archbishop of Sebastia Theodosios Nizar Hana, Archbishop of Ascalon Nikephoros Nicolaos Baltagis, Archbishop of Diocesarea vacant,